Yes, next class is about value graph, right? In the before class, we already discussed about the speed graph. So, what is the difference between speed graph and value graph? Generally, by this name speed graph, very easily understanding. The speed graph will control the speed, the velocity, right? So, clear that one? What is the value? Value graph means to understand, to control the value of the animation, right? So let us check the value graph. So for that, here I am creating one box. This is like your stage, right? So over on that, we create one ball like. Okay, first let us unlock this one so that we want to move. Okay, here what I am doing, I am planning one ellipse. So this is just like a ball, right? So I'll change this to a red color, and yes, this will be a 0. So that means there is no outline, right? So here, suppose you want to animate this ball, okay, the bouncing ball like. So first, what we have to do, place the position here. Suppose here I am using a position here, right? So added this keyframe. Here I am using one more key pose, and I want to change this a place to here. Done. So that means this is coming here to here, right? So let us change this point to more closer, so that I want little bit speed, right? So here, done, right? So these are my two key poses. Select these two key poses, and here click the graph editor. So this is the graph editor, and here choose the speed graph. Okay, choose this speed graph, and here I am using easy ease. So these are my two key poses, right? I'll copy this. So Control C, and I'll paste Control V, and again here I am using Control V and Control V, and I am using Control V, right? So come back to first frame, and I am using space bar. See, your ball is static, so statically with the even speed it is creating the action, right? Now I will change this to edit value graph. So these are the edit value graphs. So these are some points are there. This is the points, that's key points. So here I want to add handles. Okay, select this all, and suppose here there is separate dimensions. So separate these into dimensions. So that means what? This each part is divided, right? After dividing that, click on the easy ease. So first select these all the key poses and convert this into easy ease. These are the easy ease. Okay, now play this one. Now it is evenly, it is playing, right? Now see, this is the value actually what we are understanding here. The layer timeline here. Suppose here the X position, the red mark is X position. X means that the width, and the Y position is height. When I am moving this, see the green, the Y position, it is changing the value. So that means what? We are changing the value. Here it is the top position, and slowly come down. So this is the value here changing. So see the green, the X position is not changing. X means what? The width, it is not changing. It is changing only the height. So means Y position. So what we are understanding, the value graph checks, measures only the value. So don't be confused here. The red is showing the X position, X value, and Y is the green checking and giving the value for the Y, means height. Okay, now what I'll do, this ball is suppose moving equal speed, and so it's a mechanical movement it is creating, right? For that what I'll do, after hitting the ground, the first hit, and again it is going up, and this value, select this one, this value I am changing a little bit up. Alright, so that means what? The ball after hitting one step here, after hitting ground, it is going back, and this time it is not reaching the same height like your first height, first value. So first value is different and the second value is different, because after hitting ball on the ground, it should not go into the same height like your first height. So the velocity, it loses some velocity, right? So after that, coming and hitting again, and again this point, it's going more down this much. So now you see, after one hit, going up, and again here it is hitting down and going up, hitting, and again this one should be a more up. So that means what? Again it is jumping into air. It should not be like the before one, right? The same way here, again it is hitting ground, and now this value is moving more up. Here of course it is. Now if you play this one, what will understanding? Now see, this is nice, but here again with the same the values, okay, the same values, without changing the speed, so mechanically it is giving the action. Okay, so for that what I will do, I will select this frame here. That means what? These top frames are the ground frames, hitting positions. Here I am changing this to convert selected keyframes to linear. So click this one, it is linear, and again come here, and for the second hit and the ground, change this value to linear. Okay, so I'll change these values to linear. Now see this, the linear, and suppose this also linear. Now let us play this one. It is nice bounce. Let us play this one. Up to here. Now if you want, you can expand this, not that much. Yes, this much. Now play this one. Now see, the ball is nicely bouncing. It is showing some value. Okay, so you can do this with a more fine tuning. So how to do that? Select this one and give nice curves here. So this will have some interesting positions. Yes. Now let us play this one. This is nice. Okay. Here what we are doing, we are changing the values actually. So these are the values. Okay, if you observe here, the y position only changing, right? If you want to change the speed, then we use speed graph. Okay, depends on the situation, depends on the requirement. We use these two graph letters. So one is speed graph and one is value graph. So value graph indicates and measures the value of the animation, right? So this is all about the value graph.